the Eric Skit Jenkins that we're seeing on social media a little bit here.
My Instagram followers, if I'm not posting running stuff, they're like, fuck off. Yeah, I'm like, why don't I just post the dumbest fucking skit you've ever seen in your life? How about that?
I feel like this is like the adult version of Ricky Roxford.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
I think you got to keep it coming. Screw the runners that just want sappy running stuff.
I'm not going to give you a race recap, but I'm like going to give you something that's like so fucking weird you can't even believe it. How about that?
Is Nike knocking on your door now? Like, where the fuck's the good running content?
I wasn't afraid to send some tweets in college and that type of shit. So it's like before Nike even got in bed with me, so to speak.
They knew.
They knew. I mean, I think that's why they got into bed with me. Let's be honest. They like a bad boy. What can you say?
That's right.
Yeah, I was reading the contract and I was like, oh, nowhere does it say I can't post the most embarrassing things you've ever seen in your life. No, I'll keep that shit coming. Don't you worry.
Eric motherfucking.
There we go.
This is a good way to cap off a work day Tuesday. I like it. This will be fun.
God.
I like that you got a nice little gym set up in the background.
I know. This has been my year of moving to a house in the suburbs of Chicago, getting more space and investing in the gym setup. That doesn't mean that I'm a big gym bro yet, but I got the equipment, so it looks good. Yeah. It makes it look like I'm a gym bro.
Yeah. Slowly you'll get there.
Yeah, that's right. What's going on with you? How's everything been? It's been a long time since we chatted.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. Things are going good. Yeah, having a good fall / beginning of winter and just getting ready for indoors.
Well, good shit. I don't want to ask too much before we dive into the actual podcast itself, but
ask me whatever, dude.
Okay. I mean, yeah, definitely. If you say anything you regret, we'll absolutely cut it. But I think the general consensus is leave it in.
Yeah. If I fly off the hinges, we'll go in and cut and paste. But I think I got it.
Okay. Know how to tame yourself. All right.
Yeah, I won't have. Yeah, no Kanye situations.
Oh gosh, who do you think is like like a pro runner who is the most likely to have fly off the hinges and have a Kanye situation?
Oh, I mean, Craig.
That's probably true.
But it's not a Kanye situation. It's just he's he'll say what just write whatever he's thinking, and then maybe pay for it later. But he's he's got a good heart, so I don't think he could say anything quite to the extremes of what we're seeing now. But yeah, but you never know. I'm due up for a Kanye moment. You never know.
Just a time bomb.
We say that all the time on this podcast, where we're saying it's just a matter of time before someone cancels us for something, and I feel like if we're not towing that line a little bit, then we probably aren't doing our jobs of entertaining people. So we just don't want to go over that barrier.
For sure.
And
you
pull a full Kanye. So, okay. It looks like Eric, you're drinking some water. Adam, have you cracked open a beer, or are we keeping it tame on Tuesday?
Dude, I still have to run after this.
Oh man.
Wow.
Okay. Grinding late. Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's not a double run though. It's just, haven't made it out the door for run number 1 yet.
Yeah. It's running in the dark. I mean, that's kind of been the name of the game for the past couple months.
Yeah, it's
tough.
tough. Shitty. Well, especially it gets dark at like 3:00.
Oh yeah. God. Yeah. So where are you dialing in from today, Eric? Where are you at?
I'm back on the East Coast in New Hampshire right now.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah. And training with anybody specifically, or running by yourself mostly?
It's mostly, I mean, I've been meeting up with Johnny and some guys in the Boston area for workouts and stuff like that. So it's been nice. It's like a little bit of on my own for some stuff, and then good sessions with some other people.
Well, I'm gonna dive into the hard-hitting questions right away here. So I'm curious on leaving Union Athletics Club. Curious if you could shed a little light on that. And then also, it was kind of interesting seeing Craig announce he was leaving, recently as well, saying he's going back to his Ole Miss coach. But I think really he was just sad that you left. He lost his main homie on the team. So maybe share a little background story on that.
Yeah, I mean, I left on good terms with the team. Yeah, I love all those guys. Love Donovan, love Craig. Me and Pete close. All the coaches, I got nothing but good things to say about them. But I just, I kind of wanted to be closer to home, and then I also it seemed like the group was kind of shifting towards more 815.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I just kind of felt like I needed to switch up. And I think Craig felt the same. I mean, he left it a little bit later than I did, but I think Craig kind of wanted more, who knows, like more, of more guys around him, more of a college feel. And I think, you're not quite getting that in the Union.
Yeah. One thing Craig said was that he felt like the team atmosphere wasn't, totally there. He didn't see Pete a lot, that sort of stuff. So was that a kind of a mirror what your experience was too? I know when we chatted, it's been like almost 2 years since you and Craig were on the pod, but I know even then, saying like you were the only 10K guy on the team. And so you're doing a lot of your stuff solo, even though you're at training camp with them and whatnot. So was that kind of how you felt as well? It was a lot of solo, even though you're technically on a team.
Yeah. It's just, there weren't, there's not a lot of bodies, there's not, you're not getting, a lot of these when you've got hard workouts and you're kind of lining up with, don't have anybody else doing it with you. That's hard. That makes the job a lot harder, and you're just not going to be able to really hit the times that you want to if unless you've got somebody there helping and pushing you. So that's what I felt like. And I think that's what Craig felt like. I think also, people are different. I didn't mind that, didn't see Pete every day. But Craig wanted more of that. So it's just kind of a matter of preference in certain aspects. But I think Craig just wanted something a little more hands-on.
So who's your current coach then?
I'm being coached by Andy Powell.
Nice. Okay.
So there's a good little group that he's got going right now. And so, it's been nice catching back up with him. Yeah,
for sure. So looking back then, the last couple of years, I don't think it's a slam or anything saying this, but probably didn't live up to your expectations on what you were hoping to get out of them. So were you struggling through like injuries, anything like that? Like what were some of the obstacles you were battling through over the last couple of years?
Yeah, it's tough. I think for me, one of the toughest things has been staying healthy enough to, months of training to really put together, the training and the things needed. So it's been tough for me. Been tough to, stay healthy. I've, just had, my fair share of injuries along the way, but I'm feeling in a place finally that I've kind of got a better handle on it. And also once you get one injury, it can be easy for a snowball effect to kind of happen. Yeah. And I think that definitely happened with me a bit last year. I just couldn't, come USA's, I just couldn't string together the training needed to compete. And that's, why I did, the 15, and obviously I got my doors blown out. But it's good. It's amazing. Like the level that the US is at right now in all events. And I'm feeling fired up right now. So I'm feeling in a good place, going forward for the rest of the year.
Are you the kind of guy that when you get hurt, you're able to, I don't know, kind of let go of it a bit, like enjoy life and set running aside for the time being till you get healthy? Or are you someone who's like pretty anxious about it the entire time you're injured? Like, oh shit, I got to get back, or I got to stay fit, I got to whatever.
I think there's like, you go through a bit of waves. I think, it's like, it depends kind of where you're at in the year, too. You're not going to stress out as much, in October than you would
Right.
if it's May. So, you know, I'm not trying to, I think when you're injured, the best thing you could do is to really not, you know, be too anxious and, understand that, you know, a couple of days of cross training isn't, you know, it's easy for me to say it. It's easy for me to say like, oh, just take a couple of days off, cross train. You don't lose any fitness. You gain, if anything, you gain fitness, you know, and, you know, but when you're in the grind, when you're, you know, when you actually have to take that advice, it's tough. For me, it is. I know people, you know, a lot of the people who I've had the pleasure and been lucky enough to train with are good at taking days off and good at listening to their body. And I'm getting much better at that, I think. But you know, I for sure, oh my God, in the past, I just want to push through everything and I just want to keep training, keep hammering. So that will come back if that's, you know, a problem that other people have, it will come back to bite you, but I am getting better at that. And as far as like, I don't like fall off the wagon and you know, going too crazy if I get hurt, like, you know, partying, which I used to, but, you know, that temptation sometimes is there.
Has there been a moment like in the past year or so where you've dealt with a ton of injury, you've had coaching changes, you've moved, like, was there a moment where you're like, okay, like I'm gonna wait until I'm like fully healed up, like I'm not fucking around with injury, or has it just been something that you've weaned off the gas pedal just enough to get back to it?
No, I think I think starting in probably like 2019, I was having problems with my Achilles and my ankles, and you know, those were kind of lingered around, and for probably about, you know, up until maybe about, you know, recently, and so I never quite felt like 100, even when I was like firing and racing decently, didn't quite, felt maybe about 90% healthy. And I kind of chalked that up to being like, okay, maybe I'm just getting older. Maybe the body, like, you know, maybe this is just how it goes. But recently I've started to turn the corner a bit, and I feel like I'm actually like 100%. And so, I think it's a bit of just kind of maturing, understand, like learning more and knowing my body better, and stuff like that. Yeah. So I feel good, pretty great going forward. And yeah, in the past, you know, it has been, like those injuries, like it can be tough to, I mean, at some point you're going to get hurt. But it's just the best in the world do a really good job at not letting it like take them out of the game. And so that's something that, I'm hoping to get better with.
2019 was like I feel like a pretty stressful or anxious year. I mean, you have Olympics and world champs coming up, which, like, in hindsight, like how do you say no to, or how do you balance training through injury while also like not pushing the envelope? Because like you have to, you know, you don't want to further injure yourself, but you also are like obviously trying to be as competitive as possible.
Yeah, that was kind of a crazy situation, because it was like, it was like around this time, it was when I was getting kind of banged. What happened was it kind of started, I had, in 2019, I had torn my plantar in the Prefontaine tunnel, and then was out for USA's, and out for kind of that summer. But that was the summer that the Alberto stuff happened, and that was in Doha. So that was kind of crazy. Then it led right into the pandemic, which was crazy. And so it was just kind of one thing after another. And I think kind of the biggest was I got too far away from, racing. I think one of the things that was good, and I mean, just like the college guys that you see are sharp and just more racing. I think with the injuries and then with the pandemic and then, you know, all these certain factors, I kind of got away from racing consistently. And that's a skill. That's, you know, when you're away from it for a while, you're not going to be as familiar. You're not going to feel as comfortable out there. So I think that was kind of something that I let get too far away and didn't even kind of realize it until, you know, it was until I had a couple lousy performances, a bunch of them. And so, yeah, now I've just kind of shifted my mentality of maybe, you know, the next coming up just to get out there, race more, and stuff like that.
During all that time, does it ever cross your mind? Like, I don't know how your contract is set up with Nike or whatever, but like, does it ever cross your mind during that time? Like, should I quit professional running? Should I keep doing it? Or have you been pretty stuck on that entire time? Like, there's more to give. I have more in me. I'm going to keep after it, you know, no matter what.
Yeah. Well, it's not that, I'm going to keep after it no matter what. I just felt like I know that these last couple of years, I can do better than that. And I want to, and I just haven't felt, you know, like 100% for a little bit. And so it's not like there will come a day. Yeah. And it could be soon when I have to step away, but I just don't feel like it's yet. And I just don't, based off how I felt in training, based off how I just kind of feel day to day, I feel healthier than I have in a while. And that makes me want to keep it going. And also it's, you see like the state of US running, and it's something that it's getting better and better. And it's kind of something I want to be a part of, you know, in whatever way I can be. So yeah, it's kind of been restructuring some stuff mentally, I think, for me. And kind of just enjoying it going forward.
Yeah. So where do you, in 2023, what event do you think you'll focus on? Are you going to be 5K, 10K? Are you dipping into 1500? Like, where do you think you'll be focusing?
I think, I think 5K, 10K. I still would like, you know, I still would like to do some 15s, but I'm not going to, you know, that's just, the 15 is just a bit too much for me. But to be a good 5K runner, to be a good 10K runner, you still have to run fast 15s. So if you want to have a shot at being competitive on the US level, you still got to be able to run some good 15s. So not saying no to anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you have an opener picked out for indoor season where you're going to start off the year?
Maybe around the end of January, I wanted like in New York, maybe Dr. Sand or something like that.
Awesome.
But, and yeah, hopefully get into some of the fast stuff at BU come February and March.
For sure. Well, one thing I need to ask you, what are the chances that you would come and do a beer mile at the Beer Mile World Championship in Chicago this summer? What would it take to get you there?
When is it?
It is July 1st, literally the worst timing before USA's and Worlds. So
yeah, crazy.
It's going to be a hard sell. I recognize that with the date, but what does it take?
Never say never. I mean, I would love to, I'll give a beer mile a shot before I hang it up and while I'm still slim as hell.
That's right.
I'd love to give it a shot. It looks honestly brutal. The more I watch it, and the fact when I see like who's the top guy? Corey
Belmore. Yeah.
When you see him just put on a clinic, you're like, geez, that's crazy. But I'd love to do it. It'd be fun.
Yeah. If I regret one thing, or if I could redo when we were in person for that podcast with you and Craig a couple of years ago, we never actually saw you chug a beer when we were there. I know you were DDing that day, so you only had a couple while Mr. Craig 12-pack Engels was slamming them right and left.
Craig drank us under the fucking table.
Yeah,
Craig was Cameron.
Like 8 beers.
Yeah.
in like 45 minutes and talk shit about everybody. It was sick.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Just good work, start to finish out of that guy.
Totally was. I mean, Craig basically tried to pull a Kanye there, and he, people still forgave him for that because he's good-hearted. So yeah, he tried to throw everyone under the bus, did not succeed.
He did. He it seemed like he had a goal of starting beef with everybody, and he couldn't. I mean, it didn't even really work.
No, not quite.
It was too sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. One of these days, we'll link up and I'll just absolutely chug some beers.
Okay. Definitely need to see it. I was going to say, I mean, I know it's a Tuesday night, so probably not in the beer chugging mood over there, but
I don't want to absolutely send it to the moon right yet. The thing is, it's like, so like the chugging, I don't think I'd have a problem with, but it's, I just have never run or sprinted with a full stomach like that. And it just from my mental state right now, it sounds absolutely miserable.
Yeah, but you run the 10K, so like,
yeah.
Also absolutely miserable.
It sounds like you're just doing like a really hard 4x400 session with your stomach in an absolute mess.
I mean, pretty much it's a 4x400 workout with like, 5-second recovery where you're holding your breath to chug a beer, more or less. So
pretty nice. But I'll definitely give it a crack. I'll give it a good honest shot. I might blow some chunks for sure. So yeah, you can't throwing up's illegal, right?
You cannot do it during the race. If you do it during the race, you have to run an extra penalty lap. But the second that you finish, cross the line, do whatever you want to do. Puke everywhere. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah. Because I still think, everyone talks about your chugging abilities. I have not yet witnessed in person. Not everybody. That was a little bit of an exaggeration, but like once in a while,
I'm blushing over here. Wow.
Well, once in a while when we bring up, like if we talk about the beer mile on our podcast, which we do sometimes, but whenever we ask someone like, what pro runner do you think would be the best at the beer mile, or just, whatever, who's good at drinking, whatever, like everyone thinks that you're
Eric Jenkins, Pat Casey.
Yes.
Who are the other pros that come up often?
I think those are the main, honestly, those are the main ones.
People say Craig all the time.
Like, who are the drunkest pros on this scene? All right. Those guys will crush it.
But they don't say you specific to that piece of it. When they bring up your name, it's specific to, I've seen him like chug a beer and he's super fast. Not just because, he drinks all the time, whatever. It's more the specific chugging ability.
I have been known to really put it down quick.
Okay.
But I feel like I chug better out of a glass as opposed to a can. I can chug a bottle decently. Do you guys do you guys do bottles or can? Does it matter which one you do? Can.
You can do bottles. Yeah. So most people will do bottles because it is quicker than a can. It's just whatever, fluid dynamics, whatever. Like it's objectively quicker than out of a can. So yeah. No, I want to see it. Well, just let us know if there's a way, and even on July 1st, let us know if there's anything that can be done to get you there. We'll see.
Next time I'm feeling chuggy, I'll get a video of it and I'll send it to you, and you can evaluate yourself.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. I mean, I going to your point on, it's going to be painful or whatever. It probably will be, but I bet like it always sucks the first time or two until you feel it. Just, your first 10K, well, I don't know. Some people maybe have a good experience the first 10K, but usually it sucks. Like you're going to feel like shit. You're going to have to grind for a while. Same thing with the beer mile. You just got to get used to the feeling. And then once you know what it feels like, it's not a shock the second time, third time around, you know what to expect. And I think that's, you would have to just do a couple of them. So even if your first one sucks, like most people's suck, and then you get past that first one and you're good. I have to commit
to a beer mile season.
That's right. We need like one per week for 3 or 4 weeks until we really dial it in.
Yeah. Then I'll really find my stride.
Oh man. This is a listener question, but also, just a a good topic in general. So what with the Eric Skit Jenkins that we're seeing on social media a little bit here, when's the acting career going to start? Have you been like applying to any, Netflix reality shows?
Do you
Like
have an agent yet?
Yeah,
No,
do you have an
I
agent
haven't.
on the acting scene?
No, if you can believe it, I haven't done any of that. Yeah, no, my agent. Yeah, I should see if my running agent can get me into Saturday Night Live or something. See if he can start really pulling his weight. But no, it's all just, just I'm having fun. Who knows what comes next? Probably not anything big, but I'm having fun.
I feel like this is like the adult version of Ricky Roxford.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah. This is like the more cleaned up, like, not as insane as I was in 18, but still needing to creatively vent.
I'm curious. Do you have a TikTok too?
No, I'm not.
I need more skits.
I don't, and it seems like TikTok is more of a skit place.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I might, yeah. So I should get on it.
That's how you could make it big in the scene. Is people on TikTok, they're not going to know you for your clout for running. You just make an Eric whatever skit man Jenkins.
They would know you entirely just for your skits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so if you can make it big there, then
Right.
that it's meant to be.
Well, also, it's even better because my Instagram followers, if I'm not posting running stuff, they're like, fuck off. They want run. It's like,
Really?
It's crazy. Oh yeah, it's crazy the numbers. Like running content related versus non-running content related. They're like, dude, miss me with the non-running stuff. They want, yeah.
Maybe
So
I
it's
just am not I don't know. There are so many pro runners who are like, you post your stupid little like race recap and why you didn't win and all the things that went wrong, and like that's kind of fucking boring.
Yeah, I'm like, why don't I just post the dumbest fucking skit you've ever seen in your life? How about that? I'm like, I'm not gonna give you a race recap, but I'm like gonna give you something that's like so fucking weird you can't even believe it. How about that?
Give you like an episode of Eric Jenkins Adult Swim at like 4 a.m. when the crazy shit's on.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna start like putting stuff on my Instagram for just like maybe like an hour, like just from like 3 a.m. I'll drop it and I'm just gonna take it down like at 3:30. And it's like, if you saw it, good. But yeah, I'll start doing that shit.
I feel like it's you're narrowing. Maybe you're losing some of the running audience, but the people who are into it, like your narrow audience, is just so much more bought into you as a person.
They would donate their livers for you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They're like, I love everything about this guy, the acting, the running. Like I am dialed into this person.
The people who really get it, yeah, like they really ride with me. So it's like I'm really just finding like my true people.
Also, like, talk about a mind fuck for all of your competitors out there. It's like they're looking at everyone else in the running world and they're like, oh, I got the recap of their race, like what went wrong, whatever. And then they're looking at you and they're like, he's talking about eating an apple. Like this guy is unpenetrable. Like his mind is so strong, I cannot even read
wow,
him.
this guy's completely out to lunch mentally. Wow.
Well, he's either out to lunch or it just has this mental fortitude that I could never touch. I could never intimidate this man.
They're like, he's just firing on a different cylinder.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, yeah, I think you got to keep it coming. Screw the runners that just want sappy running stuff. Screw them.
I will keep them coming. I can't help it. There's a part of me that's like, oh, why? As soon as I posted the Apple one, I was like, because first off, it's doing absolutely horrible out there.
Seriously?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, buddy.
Maybe don't listen to me because I clearly don't know what the fuck sells.
Yeah. But anyway, It's like as soon as I posted, I was like, "Oh, you idiot!" And why are you posting shit like that? And the next second, I'm like, "Oh, I'll post a lot more." I'm like, I got so much shit.
It's probably an hour after you posted it. I opened up my Instagram and I was like, I think we had already confirmed you coming on. And there was a skit that you did. I think it was the Apple one.
The apples.
That I immediately I think it's in our show notes because I was like, this is fucking amazing.
I'm like, I'm glad you get it. I think a lot of people were thrown. But yeah, no, I'll keep that shit coming. Don't you worry.
Is Nike like knocking on your door now? Like where the fuck's the good running content getting all the high school runner boys excited? Like what's with the skit crap? Are they are you screwing over your contract duties by posting these things?
No, I'm not. No, there's no breach of contract with these posts.
Bad engagement, Eric. Bad engagement. Board.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. I was. Yeah. I was reading the contract, and I was like, oh, nowhere does it say I can't post the most embarrassing things you've ever seen in your life. No. Yeah. I think they're out. Yeah. I've also. I don't want to say I've been posting kind of recklessly since the jump, but yeah, I think I have. I think you know, I wasn't afraid to send some tweets in college and that type of shit. So it's like before Nike even got in bed with me, so to speak.
They knew.
They knew. I mean, I think that's why they got into bed with me. Let's be honest. They like a bad boy. What can you say?
That's right.
Who doesn't?
A freak in the streets and the sheets.
So yeah. I think it's all right.
I can just picture the commentators like the first time you come back out and race, because you've kind of been like, you know, you've been in some races the last couple of years, but it's kind of been, you know, hit or miss. You first race you come out like, yeah, we don't really know how like what kind of shape Eric's in, don't know how he's going to perform today, but he's been putting up some skits on his Instagram, so you know, I think we should read into that.
If I can get back to have Paul Swangard talk about my skits coming off the Bowerman curve, then that would be sick. Yeah.
I mean, maybe the way that we get Eric to partake in the beer mile on July 1st is we just get him in as a commentator, or like we get him in to do skits or something.
I would absolutely love that. And I'll just chug some beers along, sitting in the commentary booth.
Okay. I like where this is going. We could use some of this fire in the booth for sure.
We could be onto something.
Okay. When does US, do you know off the top of your head when US Champ starts? Is it like mid-July, late July, early July? I can't remember.
I think it's like probably second week of July.
Okay.
Around then. Okay. I think so. I'm not 100%.
So you'd have, if you came out for it, you'd have to behave a little bit on July 1st going into it, but
yeah, I wouldn't be. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't be going crazy, but we could still have a little fun.
Oh, totally. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, we'll start plotting and scheming and figure out how to get you there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we have any other listener questions, Adam? I think I forgot to look. I put that post up and then I looked and I was like, I looked like early on and then I didn't look again. So I guess anyone out there, if you submitted questions, probably not. Well, it's probably all just like what's your go-to workout or something. It's probably all crap anyway.
Probably like a Ricky Roxford question thrown in there.
Totally.
When are you going to see the next album? That's like the number one listener question always, for some reason. It's sick. Something about like a hair comment, because I made a hair comment 10 years ago, so that will stick with me too. Let's see,
probably
also a comment on the skits, probably like, why is this fucking guy
just even run anymore,
going into acting?
Yeah, definitely a comment on the skits. I think that's about all I think we just wrapped up the listener comments.
The quickest segment ever.
The quick, yeah. I'm like, I think we just flew through them.
There we done.
I would. You should go check if you like actually haven't checked the listener questions, and I bet they would be like bang on those.
I bet you're I bet you're batting at least above 500.
Oh yeah. God yeah.
If there's not a Ricky Roxford question in there, I'd fucking kill myself.
There's got. Oh, God.
I'd be absolutely shocked.
Oh, you know there is.
Oh yeah.
How often does the gang get back together? You and Donovan and Craig. Do you guys see each other much?
I mean, not as much as I'd like. But we see each other. A little bit. We got to plan a trip together again soon. But yeah. We see. I'm trying to think when the last time I saw him this summer, at some point. But no, it's been a minute actually.
Yeah. So are you? I think when we talked last time, you were like okay with golf, like okay with it, but you hated disc golf. Has any sentiment changed there?
Oh, actually, yes. I would not say I hate disc golf.
Here we go.
Character development.
Yeah. Like it's like if you catch me in the right mindset, and I'm just kind of thinking about it as a nice walk in the woods on a beautiful day. I'll enjoy a little bit of disc golf. Sometimes I like to take some holes off, just kind of sit and talk. I'm pretty loose with I don't really care about playing. So yeah, but I wouldn't say I hate it.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say that.
All right.
You must have caught me on a bad disc golf day.
Yeah,
you just finished up and lost a ton of money or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something must have. Yeah, I got in a big fight with Craig on the disc golf course or something. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, that's a bit strong. I wouldn't say I hate anything. Certainly not disc golf. Yeah,
man. Okay. Direct quote from last episode to this episode. We grew. I like it.
Yeah, we're maturing.
Have you switched up any other of your hot takes in the last 18 months or however long?
For sure. If that qualifies as a hot take, definitely. I can't imagine what else I've changed. Yeah, but off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what I've changed my opinion on. But opinions are changing.
I don't remember what like last time you did not have as many hot takes as Craig did. Craig, you didn't even have to ask him a question, and he just like spew off how much he hated Josh Kerr or whoever else. He just started going at it.
I didn't have. I was doing damage control. I didn't have time to put any hot takes out. I was cooling down fires that Craig was starting.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I didn't have enough time to say crazy stuff because I was in PR. There was crisis going around me.
Yeah, try to save your jobs for sure.
I'm like, Nike's like, okay, we're cool with the dumb skits, but now you're really pushing it.
Yeah. Cannot be stirring up beef with other Nike athletes. Not acceptable by any means.
No.
Yeah, we didn't do enough digging this time around on, all your friends and family members and slide into some DMs to get some dirt. I feel like we exhausted all of our avenues last time around, and
we blew our load. I mean,
we blew our load everywhere.
That one was crazy. That one was crazy. I was like, wow, do you know the interview show Nardwar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, we got a couple Nardwars over here. I'm like, this is crazy.
I still can't believe how much Craig drank us under the table. I think the last thing I remember from the interview was that either Craig, I think both Craig and I had to pee, and I remember going to the bathroom. I don't remember wrapping up. I think at some point our cameras just died.
I think probably at some point we went to get up for a bathroom break and just never came back to the.
That's it. Done.
podcast. Yeah. We're like, yeah, that's probably a good place to wrap it up. And by that, like absolutely nowhere, just no conclusion, no. Probably a good sign off. That's actually as probably clean as it could have got if you think about it.
Yeah.
That's true. A lot worse things could have been said and done at that point in the night, for sure.
Oh, it was going nowhere. It was going nowhere but down.
Totally.
You know.
Totally.
It was hurtling down.
I'm curious, any travel plans, like any training camps you're thinking about doing over the next couple months?
I'd like to go to Flag at some point before outdoors. Flag isn't, I mean, I love Flag. Come spring, it's probably my favorite spot to train. Maybe for January, if the New England weather gets pretty brutal, which it usually does, go somewhere like Florida. Probably, I think Florida is a real good East Coast training option. So maybe Tally, something like that. But nothing's like set in stone as of yet.
Got it. Playing it by ear. When you do that, are you trying to coordinate with like other people, whatever? You just like find an Airbnb, go down there, whatever, just kind of wing it, go train.
I would definitely coordinate wherever I go for sure. I mean, Flag is nice because there's just always tons and tons of people in there. So you don't even really need to coordinate much on that end. Yeah. But anywhere else, you got to kind of plan it out more.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna like talk to you got to get into like some of these low key comedy clubs and then just like coordinate your training with them.
Yeah, I'll see how the comedy clubs, how their training's going, and if there's any guys that maybe can link up and set the pace for a hard session, that'd be good.
Would you ever be a comedy or a stand-up comedy guy, or is that not your thing?
That honestly, that sounds terrible. That sounds really scary. Like,
I think so too. I think it sounds super terrifying.
getting up on stage, like it's one thing to like post like a little skit on Instagram. It's to get some material, go up on stage. That's I feel like a whole other like little bit of nerves, but yeah. So I haven't put too much thought into it.
Okay. How many takes did it take for that skit? Are you like going all afternoon finding the best takes and getting the best, or is it just one and done?
I'm not going all because I'm not going all afternoon because there have been times when where I will find myself going all afternoon, and by the end I'm like, this is so dumb. I'm not even. I hate all of it, and so like I'll just kind of like the last one. I just kind of one take threw it up, and it took like 15 minutes. But there have been ones where I'm like, oh, I'm spending a lot of this is taking all afternoon, and by the end of it, like I feel like a piece of shit.
You're like, I'm not even gonna post this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like I'm not even gonna save it in the drafts. I'm just gonna delete it.
It's gone.
It's just gone, and then I'm like, oh wow, that was 4 hours. That's the day. Just like that, it's 2:30. It's pitch black. Oh, and I spent the whole day on it. Okay.
Dude, the 15-minute time commitment, that I feel like that would do well on TikTok.
Yeah, where it's just like, okay, you have 15 minutes to make it, and if you can't get it done, you have to at least post what you've got done in 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, fuck, I got literally no part. There's no punchline in this.
I started off talking about apples. I don't think I got back to the original point.
I'm like, well, I really wish I had more time.
I feel like being a pro runner, though, kind of your job in a way is to like be good at wasting time. Like when you're not running and training, you got to be pretty good at filling the downtime with things that are not too strenuous. So I don't know. Maybe there's something to this.
There's that's hard. It's hard to you have to. Some people really want to just be out and about and doing stuff, and you can do that for a little bit, but you really have to prioritize coming back, like chilling. Like you really can't be out, do it like on your feet all day. So yeah, there's definitely something to, if you're good at, being bored, that's going to be a big, for at least for the professional running lifestyle, it's going to be an advantage.
For sure. Yeah. Are you a video game guy or no?
I was just going to ask, yeah.
I've honestly tried. I didn't grow up playing video games. And so now whenever I try and play, it's like so hard for me. I can't play video games. It's like,
yeah.
So maybe and the funny thing is I bought I bought a PlayStation. I was like, oh, I'll be a video game guy. And I just couldn't do it. And so I just watch, now I just use it for like Netflix.
I think it's like adulthood or maturity is like, I just set all of my video games to like the easiest settings ever, because I'm just like, I've fallen out of touch. I don't know how they make games anymore.
Yeah. You're like, I'm coming here for like a nice moral boost and to do well. I'm not coming to I'm not coming to lose.
Yeah.
Get smoked.
And then like,
yeah.
And then all these TikToks pop up of like these fucking casuals on Call of Duty. I'm like, that's me. Like, I just want to hang, man.
Yeah. See, I've never played like Call of Duty. I've watched going to a camp with like Centro, like he's playing, I don't know what game he's playing, but he's gaming hard. He's yelling. It's intense. And so I never quite got into that. But I'm always down. I'm there for moral support, for the, it's like when they get killed, they go, oh man, I'm like, damn, that sucks. You got it next time.
Bro, they were cheating.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that I think if you don't start young, there's something to that, because I didn't either. I got an N64, like, I don't even know, middle of elementary school or some shit. When it was like on the way out the door, I got one, and I felt like I just started too late. I never had the natural ability to focus on it or whatever. So there's something to that.
Yeah, you don't have the thumb dexterity. You don't have.
Yeah.
Look, like you start them young, and these guys' hands are firing differently. You gotta see it. It's crazy. So it's like, if you're not practicing that shit when you're 6, you're just out of your element. You're not gonna stand a chance. So that's what I believe. Yeah.
It's like by age 8, like if you're not speaking another language, you're fucked.
Yes.
Same thing with video games.
I really wish I could speak another language. That's like, if I wish I could do one thing, it's that. And you're like, oh, just learn it. I'm like, I can't learn it. Are you crazy?
I can't change how my mouth works, bro.
I'm like, no, I'm like, you don't understand. Like, it takes my brain doesn't fire really, so I can't really learn another language. It's all I got. I'm barely can speak English on some days.
not to mention at this age, I'm like, dude, like learning a new thing, like that sounds like a lot of work.
I'm like, I on paper, I love to say I could do it. And it's like, oh yeah, I can. Oh, hell yeah. I can for sure learn new things. Push come to shove though. Am I learning it? Oof. It's like, this is what I think. It's like, I love the way I feel when I walk into a Barnes and Noble. I always talk about this. I love
the smell.
walking.
Yeah.
It's just like the potential. I'm like, I'm going to absorb all this information. I love the way it makes me feel. And then I buy a couple books, and then maybe I read 50% of the books I'm buying. Maybe. But I still am going to go back to Barnes and Noble and buy more books because I love, you see where I'm getting at?
Oh, yeah.
So, and honestly, I don't even know what we were talking about before this, but I do think it applies to what we were saying.
I think so too.
Oh, learning another language.
Learning another language, which was based on your thumbs working in video games. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So to get back, yes, I love the idea of me learning another language. There we go. But yeah, it's following through. It's the execution that I just got to work on. I think we all got to work on it somewhere.
Yeah. Are you when you're not running, do you just like, are you like a brain mush, like type of, I don't know. Like I feel like whenever I try to train hard, like my brain, I just feel like I can't even like do my work during the day. I'm just like, if I have a hard workout in the morning, I'm just like, I just got to lay here. I can't even like focus on anything the rest of the day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. On the, for sure. And like when you're in like towards the end of like a hard block of training, like especially if you're at altitude, especially if you've been gone for a while, it's like, yeah, I definitely feel like that, like brain fatigue sometimes for sure.
Yeah. Well, shit. We usually close out with some like words of wisdom, but I feel like that you've already given some big wisdom. Like go to Barnes and Noble, buy some books. Maybe you'll feel good about yourself.
Yeah, I'm not. No words of wisdom on the sign up. I think, yeah. Look, if you couldn't find anything in what we were just talking about, I got nothing off the top of my head that's gonna motivate you. Just fucking figure it out.
I think that's fair.
No, I had a great time, and I would love to come back and just chat shit anytime you guys want.
Let's do it. Absolutely. Yeah. You are always welcome anytime. But I think we definitely, number one, gotta witness you chugging a beer sometime. So if you're feeling a little feisty someday, I just gotta see it. I gotta see it to believe it.
Next time I chug a beer, I'll record it and send it to you.
Okay. And then if you can squeeze in a beer mile, if any time, if you're just like, I gotta try it out. I don't have a race for a few weeks. Like, let me get in and do it. Like, seriously, hit us up. We will come to you. We'll make it happen.
Fly to you.
Yeah, all right.
It'll be worth it.
If I get the itch, I promise you guys will be the first to know. I can promise you.
If you're just dying to do this beer mile thing that you've never done before, you have an itch to do it, even though you've never done it, so you don't even know what that itch would feel like.
I'm at the track with a 6-pack, and I need to do this.
I need you here.
I've got this primal urge. I'm like to just do a beer mile, and I need you guys here now.
You got it. Hitting the red eye or whatever the next flight is out. Yeah. We're on it.
Deal.
Awesome, Eric. Well, I don't know. We'll see you around at some point. We'll catch up with you, and best of luck in the training. Sure. Let's kill it this indoor season.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.